Deep within the Thar Desert of Rajasthan, a heavy iron gate stands between the modern world and the ruins of Kuldhara. By law, the Indian government prohibits anyone from crossing this threshold between sunset and sunrise, enforcing a strict nightly quarantine that has lasted for generations. We are investigating a geographical cold case. This is the site of a documented historical event where a massive population abandoned their lives in an instant, leaving behind a void that has never been successfully filled. Over 200 years ago, more than 5,000 people vanished from this site in a single night. They left behind standing houses and fully stocked granaries, but by daybreak, the village records simply stopped. These structures weren't worn down by gradual migration or economic decay. Kuldhara was transformed into a ghost town in a matter of hours, and 2 centuries later, the streets remain exactly as they were left. Survival in the Thar Desert is a constant struggle against the landscape. It is a region defined by rolling sand dunes and a staggering lack of water. Despite these conditions, the Paliwal Brahmins turned this terrain into a sanctuary. By engineering advanced water harvesting systems, they built a prosperous trading hub filled with multi-story stone homes and intricate architecture. This map shows the scale of their reach. Kuldhara was the heart of a network that included 83 surrounding villages, supporting 5,000 residents across a massive geographic footprint. The Paliwals had spent centuries mastering this environment, accumulating immense wealth and engineering a generational empire. Yet, they discarded all of it in a single midnight escape. The pressure on the village came from the fortress of Jaisalmer, where the Prime Minister, Salim Singh, held power. Singh was known as a ruler who maintained control through crushing taxes and the violent removal of those who opposed him. Historical accounts state that Singh became obsessed with the daughter of the Kuldhara village chief, demanding she be handed over to him. He issued a final ultimatum. The village had until the next full moon to surrender the girl, or his forces would invade, execute the men, and take her by force. This left the Paliwals with a choice between surrendering their family to a tyrant or facing the total annihilation of their community. Under the cover of night, a secret council was called for all 84 villages. They reached a collective decision to permanently abandon their ancestral homes rather than submit. Moving 5,000 people and their livestock in complete silence is a staggering logistical feat. They managed to slip away into the desert without alerting any of the Diwan's spies stationed in the region. While some point to drought or earthquakes as the cause, the archaeological evidence suggests otherwise. The villagers buried their wealth beneath their floorboards before leaving. They didn't flee a natural disaster. They prepared their homes for a return they would never make. Before they disappeared, the village elders placed a final guard over the town. They cast a curse upon the soil, declaring that anyone who tried to settle in Kuldhara would meet with ruin or death. 84 villagers coordinated a silent, total withdrawal that left the Diwan to find only empty houses. The elders ensured the village would remain that way. For 2 centuries, the reputation of Kuldhara has kept the site abandoned. Modern attempts to repopulate the area are frequently cited by locals as ending in sudden tragedies or unexplained failures. Today, the village exists in a state of arrested decay. Even the local nomadic tribes who know the desert best steer clear of the ruins, leaving the stone walls to the elements. This continued isolation has left Kuldhara as a hollow shell, a town that neither the neighboring communities nor the desert itself has been able to reclaim. In 2013, the Paranormal Society of Delhi conducted an overnight expedition to the site, using modern equipment to monitor the ruins after the iron gates were locked. Their sensors recorded sudden spikes in electromagnetic activity, occurring simultaneously with rapid, localized drops in the desert temperature. The team reported a series of physical encounters, from laser grids detecting movement to the sounds of whispering voices and shattering glass near their vehicles. The Paliwal Brahmins disappeared into the desert winds 200 years ago, but the reports from these ruins continue to mount. Every night, the iron gate at Kuldhara is locked, leaving the desert to guard whatever is still roaming these streets.